Let's give a warm welcome for Tom.
Thanks. A bit about me first. I recently just got married to Alia. Featuring one of the best DJs out there, DJ Dumps. Even bigger, better news, I had a mad bucks. And recent holiday to Malaysia. This is my third presentation now. We actually do 70% new builds, 30% maintenance. But the main thing that we actually do is new build plumbing, installing all the pipes at the start. We like to install it right the first time so you don't have too much maintenance. So plumbing for a new house, this is very general. The 3 basic stages are groundwork, rough-ins, and fit-off. Groundwork is the stuff in the ground. And then we got the rough-ins, the pipes in the wall, and then the fit-off at the end. The groundwork is all the pipes in the ground. So once your concrete is poured, it's locked in, you can't get to it. This is a new build house. This is this bathroom here. The timber here is going to be the edge of the concrete. We have to figure out exactly where you want that toilet when it's just nothing there. Because we're literally measuring off a timber like this, one angle like that, and another point over here, putting a string across, and we're measuring to the center of every wall. A wall hung basin, if that was there, it would be in the middle of the bedroom. These things we have to get exact, and a lot of people are like, we'll worry about what toilet we're gonna do once we get to that stage. But it really takes a lot of planning, figuring out what people wanna do at the start so that these are all in the right position. We dig the trench, put the pipes in, and then we put these rocks around it so it doesn't move. And we backfill it, and it should look like we were never there, just random pipes coming out of the ground, so that when we come do the rough in, that pipe is coming up in the center of a wall. So if the measurements are wrong, sometimes the plans show one thing because the architects design stuff with just the outside of the wall. They don't have a great interior designer, they won't think about where the toilets are gonna go. We like to ask these questions at the start, instead of just doing what the plans say we'll ask. Another big thing is provisions for future. A lot of the time, people can't put an outdoor kitchen because it's not on the plan, but then to add it later, to cut all that concrete, it's a mission. It's a lot easier to just put an extra T there for something that you might do in 10 years. If you want any extra sinks upstairs, we review all the plans at the start. The next part is the rough-ins. These are all the pipes in the ceiling space. So this could be the veins of your body. We put in the hot and cold water, the gas, and then we got the drainage for upstairs for your bathrooms. This is what it would look like. So this is this. So if anyone was just putting pipes in, if that was there, like this much further out, it wouldn't be centered with the niche. So these have to be right in line with each other because this is a his and her shower. If this was higher than that one, it'd look really odd then where you wouldn't be able to tell here. So this is where a more detailed new build plumber comes in to get that really precise in line with each other that way. Same with the bath, that is that there. And your drain is for this strip drain there. So if we just put that anywhere and they had a strip drain, it'd look really odd here. We used to always do this stuff, but now I've been working on processes of putting this actually on paper. If it's written down, it's like, yep, that's a thing. These guys are actually gonna do that. This is a detailed, high-end, bit badass, and this is basic bitches. This is actually one that I did when I first started, some more basic stuff. The other day, I got buzzed out because I didn't have time to talk about it. One of my builders that is still doing that type of stuff, I was too expensive for him because I've been pricing jobs off past jobs where we take a lot longer, and I've got a great bookkeeper which is making sure I charge for that time. These don't need to be that precise because you're just putting these things underneath the vanity. So if you've got a vanity like this, your water points can be anywhere in there. So if that's like 60 centimeters, anywhere, like you don't even need a tape measure. For these ones, you don't want that out because that won't line up, or if it's too high or too low. For my referral, I'd prefer jobs like this where people actually need a bit more detail. There's probably no point getting the best to do that. Basically, I've just spoken about that, but now it's written down so it's more believable. We use a laser to set water positions precisely. So we test all the pipes, keep them charged up. I've had a few jobs when I was working for my old boss, would test the pipes and then the waters wouldn't be charged up and someone would screw through a pipe and you didn't know till the end of the job. You have to like pull the whole wall out and start again because of one screw in a pipe. Just keeping that pipe charged up can make such a big difference because then if someone screws through, you know straight away. The fit off, which is the final stage, sometimes this could be a year or two after the groundwork. Some jobs take 6 to 9 months if you got a good builder. Some I've had that that are taking like 3 years. The drain in the ground is from the groundwork. The pipes coming out of the wall is from the rough-in. So that pipe was installed 2 years ago. This pipe was installed 1 year ago before they're actually in use. So you don't actually know if they're working for all this time later. You really want it done properly. You don't want to be moving the pipe to the bedroom or putting your sink in the bedroom. So if the rough-ins and groundwork are done properly, the fit-off goes in really smoothly. And it's really easy, but it is also the last thing that the people see, where people get wowed about these type of fixtures, but they don't actually think what's in the wall. We make sure everything's really clean. Some plumbers could just install that, and if you don't clean up your mess, when you look at that, it doesn't look as good. If you've got glue or mess all over the sink, the owners will look at that and be like, these guys don't really know what they're doing. Cleaning up at the end of the job is almost more important than the way we actually do the plumbing at the end. Attention to detail with these are the same thing. That is in line with the drain coming out of the wall, which has to be in line with that. If this was out the tiniest bit, even if you just measured off a wall that wasn't straight without a laser, if your sink was here and your tap was there, that would be really bad. So that's the basic stages: your groundwork, your rough-in, and your fit-off. And these are how we do it in different types of jobs. In a renovation, we have to cut the concrete to move drainage points. So a lot of the time with renovations, people don't understand the cost of moving that toilet. That's the drainage, the rough-in. This one was a funny one. They demoed all the walls except the toilet, so people still had a site toilet, so they got rid of that later. So the renovations sometimes have a bit of groundwork, a lot of cutting concrete, or if it's a suspended slab for an older house, it's drilling through the floor and moving all the pipes underneath. A bit less with the rough-in, because sometimes we're just moving points from here to here, or if they're old school with the water here, we'll just move it up. But then there's a lot more with the fit off. So that's bathroom renovations we do. Large extensions. Even some of the new build plumbers that are in and out don't like doing these because they take a bit longer. You can't get a big excavator out the back. This one, just the front of the house was staying. It's in the Chatswood area where you're not allowed to change the front look of your house. They extended it back and they dug down and went up. So at the front, it looks like a single story house, but at the back, it's like 2. So we had to get Moe in on the excavator. He had to bring a small machine in down the side of the house, so it took a lot longer. This is all our drainage. After the slab was poured, we come and did the stormwater all the way around the side of the house. And the architectural plans just showed downpipes to pick up the roof water, because they're not meant to concrete down the side of the house, but we all know that's what they're going to do later. Because I've done jobs where we've added stormwater drains later on, and it's so much harder to dig a new pipe in, we just add them at the start now. These are some of the larger jobs we did. This was borough near the 3 duplexes where it was down in the ground, underground basement, and it had car lift that goes down, 6-car garage on each side of the duplex. And then this is 3 townhouses in a tilement, 1, 2, 3, with a basement underneath that had a lot more groundwork because the sewer was below the ground. Why you should use TM Pro Plumbing as a builder or homeowner builder. So we think ahead, we ask the right questions, we reduce costs with variations. If you want something added on later, a lot of people charge a lot extra for that because you're stuck with that trade. We show up when we say we will. We install for long-term performance, not just pass inspection. We leave every job clean, tested, documented inside and out. And that's us.
Got time for a couple of questions.